Welcome to Frontline Focus. Tonight, we cover key developments in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Ukrainian forces are advancing into Russian territory, while Russia attempts to encircle Vugledar. President Zelensky visits the U.S. to discuss the war's future and present Ukraine's victory plan. Russia faces setbacks with a failed missile test and issues with its aircraft carrier. We'll also look at recent security incidents, including a helicopter attack and damage in Kharkiv, highlighting ongoing tensions. Russians attempt to encircle Vugledar. DeepState report. In the ongoing Russian-Ukrainian conflict, Ukrainian Defense Forces have reportedly eliminated around 1,330 Russian invaders in the past day, bringing Russia's total losses on Ukrainian soil to 643,750 personnel, as per the Ukrainian General Staff. DeepState, a monitoring project tracking frontline developments, reports that troops are attempting to encircle Vugledar in the Donetsk region. The situation has significantly worsened in recent days, primarily due to the absence of a rotation for the 72nd Mechanized Brigade. This forced command to deploy additional territorial defense reserves, which reportedly struggled against the Russian offensive. The deterioration in the defense situation has led to expansion in the defensive areas of assault battalions. Moreover, the situation for the 58th Motorized Infantry Brigade in Prechestivka has also deteriorated, as unplanned withdrawals shifted the defensive lines, allowing Russian forces to break through towards Epiphany. This development threatens to cut off logistics to Vugledar. Here's a breakdown of the current situation near several critical areas. New York. This area, not to be confused with its American namesake, is situated in the Donetsk region. Given its symbolic and strategic importance, Russian forces advancing near New York could aim to disrupt Ukrainian defensive positions and widen their operational control in Donetsk. Tsukurino, a lesser-known yet strategically positioned locale. Tsukurino's proximity to major transport routes makes it a tactical target. Control here could facilitate Russian supply lines and maneuverability across the region. Hernik, located close to the front line, Hernik has historically been a site of intense conflict. Russian advances in this area may indicate an effort to secure the Donbass region further, crucial for both logistical purposes and territorial claims. Vodian, known for its strategic significance due to nearby infrastructure, any enemy advancement in Vodian threatens to undermine Ukraine's territorial integrity in the south and complicates defensive fortifications in the region. Prechestivka. The activities around Prechestivka point towards a concerted effort by Russian forces to break through Ukrainian lines, potentially to facilitate further advances or apply pressure on other strategically valuable locations nearby. Toretsk. As a critical node in the Donetsk region, advances near Toretsk suggest an aim to weaken Ukrainian control over northern Donetsk. This could be part of a broader strategy to encircle Ukrainian forces or disrupt their supply and reinforcement routes. The 501st Marine Battalion of the Ukrainian Armed Forces is reportedly enhancing its exchange fund by capturing Russian soldiers in the Kursk region. This development highlights ongoing tensions and tactical maneuvers in the area, as Ukrainian forces seek to leverage these captures in potential future negotiations or prisoner exchanges. Ukrainian airborne forces breach Russian border again. Troops from Ukraine's 95th Separate Air Assault Brigade have successfully penetrated another section of the Russian border. According to the Ukrainian Air Assault Forces Command, this marks the second successful incursion since operations began in Russia's Kursk Oblast. A video released by Ukrainian forces shows units overcoming engineering barriers and advancing into Russian territory, with initial clashes occurring at a Russian strongpoint. The exact location of this breach remains undisclosed. Zelensky visits U.S. to shape future of Ukraine conflict. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has landed in the United States, where crucial decisions about the ongoing conflict with Russia are expected to be discussed this fall. During his visit, Zelensky will meet with leaders from partner countries, as well as nations from the global south, to present Ukraine's victory plan. This plan will also be shared with the U.S. Congress and presidential candidates. Zelensky emphasized the importance of the visit in a video message shared from his flight, stating that this fall will be pivotal in determining the war's trajectory. He highlighted the need for a concerted effort with allies to achieve a just peace based on the peace formula and the UN Charter. In the coming days, Zelensky will engage with leaders from the G7, Europe, and various international organizations to strengthen Ukraine's position. Upon arriving in the U.S., he reiterated that the path to ending the conflict involves united global action and that Ukraine's victory plan will be central to discussions with allies. Sarmat missile test ends in explosion, causing major setback for Russia. A test of Russia's Rs-28 Sarmat nuclear intercontinental ballistic missile ended in disaster when the missile exploded during refueling, open-source intelligence (OSINT) researchers report. Satellite images from Planet Labs reveal significant destruction at the Plisetsk Cosmodrome test site, where the missile's detonation left a large crater. The Rs-28 Sarmat, a liquid-fueled fifth-generation missile with a range of 16,000 kilometers, was undergoing trials when the incident occurred. The explosion represents a rare and catastrophic failure, comparable only to a similar event in 1960 at the Baikonur Cosmodrome. Fire engines reportedly arrived at the scene, ostensibly to address a forest fire, adding to the evidence of an incident. Despite the severity of the failure, analysts predict the Kremlin may not officially acknowledge the mishap. This incident poses a significant setback to Russia's strategic missile development efforts. Two teams allegedly burn Mi-8 helicopter at Russian base. Local media report that two 16-year-olds from Omsk infiltrated a military base and allegedly set fire to a Mi-8 helicopter. The teens reportedly acted on instructions from a Ukrainian armed forces handler, with the promise of a $20,000 reward for their actions. This incident underscores escalating tensions and security concerns amid the ongoing conflict. A residential home in Kharkiv sustained damage after a Russian aerial bomb fell nearby, as images from Today reveal. The incident, occurring just yesterday, underscores the continuing threat to civilian areas amid ongoing hostilities in the region. Russia's aircraft carrier abandoned amid personnel crisis, says Forbes. Russia has effectively abandoned its sole aircraft carrier, the Admiral Kuznetsov, which has not seen combat duty in 8 years, according to Forbes analyst David Axe. With repair and modernization efforts stalled due to significant damage and fires, the likelihood of the carrier returning to service appears slim. The Kremlin has reportedly redeployed sailors from the Kuznetsov to fight in Ukraine, highlighting a serious personnel crisis in the Russian military. This situation underscores not only the obsolescence of Russia's largest Cold War-era warships, but also the challenges faced by Russian industries in replacing aging naval assets. Russia's inability to produce new large warships is attributed to the loss of marine engine supplies from Ukrainian factories, hindering local production efforts. Analysts suggest that some crew members of the Kuznetsov have joined the frigate mechanized battalion within the 1st Guards Tank Army, participating in battles in Ukraine. While some crew may have volunteered, it is unlikely that all personnel were reassigned outright as infantry. However, these moves reflect the extreme measures Russia is taking to bolster its military ranks amid ongoing conflict.